Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be making this beautiful Bolognese meat sauce. Bolognese sauce is a beautiful meat sauce from Bologna, Italy, and you're going to love this recipe. Well, howdy folks, welcome to Texas Cooking Today. This is one of my recipe videos. Folks, when you get to the end of this, if you didn't get enough information, because this is the shorter version, the next episode's a full-on tutorial. Now let's get in the kitchen and get this made up. Come on. Today I'm going to be making a Bolognese meat sauce. Now, what is a Bolognese meat sauce? Well, that would be a meat sauce that comes from the city of Bologna, Italy. Now, Bologna, Italy is in the northern part of Italy and kind of centralized there in what I believe is a region called Romagna, or I believe so. I believe that's the right pronunciation. I might be wrong. But anyway, it's a region in northern Italy where there's you're in the plains lands there, and they grow a lot of grains and stuff like that. And of course, beef is a big part of the agricultural industry there. And so anyway, they do a lot of things that kind of work around that kind of food. Well, it's really similar to the way we look at things in Texas, and this recipe is very similar to the way we do a lot of recipes in Texas. What's neat about this is where we got the recipe. My dad used to live in France. Mother's housekeeper was Italian. She was from Bologna, Italy. And so Mom learned the Bolognese method of cooking and the recipes. And so she came back with a lot of French recipes, a lot of Italian recipes. And of course, I got to inherit that style and type of cooking. I got to eat it growing up. And so this is that recipe. This is the same recipe that Mother brought back when she came back to the United States after my father served in the military in France. So anyway, folks, I'm going to share with you today a Bolognese meat sauce. Let's take a look at this. This is cool. Now folks, this is a basic recipe, and it's really easy because the ingredients are all very common and easy to get. Wonderful thing, it is a meat sauce. So it starts with meat. We have ground beef here. I also have some tomatoes. These are diced tomatoes, tomato paste, cream. We're going to be using some white wine. Our vegetables, we'll be using some onions and carrots and celery. We have those diced. There will be some garlic used in this, salt, and oregano. And folks, a lot of people, traditionally, this recipe uses nutmeg. All right, if you put nutmeg in there, that's fine. Personally, I'm not going to use it. I don't like it in mine. I don't like the flavor it gives to my meat sauce. But it is a traditional ingredient, so if you want to try it, please do. Okay, now those are our ingredients. Everything's ready to go. Let's get on with cooking this wonderful dish up. Now folks, when you're going to make this meat sauce, we start by cooking the vegetables down. So what we're going to do is we're going to gently sweat these vegetables. And sweating, what that is, we're just going to cover the pot with a little bit of oil and butter in there and these vegetables and cook that over low heat. So as it steams in there, it has a sweating condition to the vegetables. After they've been sweat for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes really, then we're going to put the meat in and start cooking it with the vegetables and marrying those flavors together. Now folks, our vegetables are in here with butter and olive oil. It's starting to come up in temperature, and as soon as it does, I'll turn that temperature down a little bit, cover it, and just let it gently sweat for just a few minutes. Like I said, 8 to 10 minutes. I have just put my cream down in this dish, and I'm going to reduce the amount of liquid volume I have here by 1/2. So I just want to gently steam that down until I have a much lower volume of liquid. At that point, we're going to then start adding in some of our other ingredients. Folks, the cream is in the pot. It's reducing. It's only a few more minutes left, and pretty soon I'll be putting in the rest of my ingredients. Now what I'll do next, I'm going to put in my wine. I'm going to reduce that, and that's going to be about another 15-20 minutes of cooking there, and then I'll put in all of the rest of my ingredients, my seasonings, my tomatoes, tomato paste, all of that, and then allow it to finish its final cook, which is going to be about a 30-minute simmer on that. So, and you want to shorten that a little bit, you can, but I think a little bit longer produces a much better product. So this is just a matter of be patient with it, let it cook, and let it reduce. I've just put my wine in here. As you see, our liquid level came back up. It's going to be a little more simmer time, okay? So you just want this to reduce again by about half, and it's going to be taking in the neighborhood of around 20 to 25 minutes at least for this reduction. So kick back, relax, and just allow this to simmer itself down, okay? Do this open lid so you can lose that extra moisture. As you can see here, we have cooked this down, and now it's time to get our spices down into the dish. Now this is our garlic. We're going to get that in there. We need to go ahead and get our salt in there next, so let's get some of that. That's going to be about 1 teaspoon of salt. You can do a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half, and that's okay. Also our oregano, and that's 1 1/2 teaspoons of oregano. There we go. So that's 1 teaspoon and 1/2. There we are. Next, we want to get that tomato paste in there. And folks, let me explain. The tomato paste is important. It's acid, and you need the acid balance in this dish. This also acts as a thickener to the whole dish. In addition, let's get this mixed in first. And then we're going to go ahead, after we get that all stirred in and get it mixed in well, we're going to put our diced tomatoes in, stir them in, and then allow this for another simmer. So once you get everything all mixed in on your tomato paste and your diced tomatoes and all of your spices, you're looking at about another 30 to 40 minute simmer time. And I like to go a little on the long side of that. Once you've tasted it and tried it, you may decide to simmer a little longer or a little shorter, but it's mostly about just removing the excess moisture. Let's get these in and move on. Oh yeah. Folks, the spaghetti is cooked. That sauce is all cooked up. Back there I have a bowl of cheese. I just need to get some pasta on the plate, get the sauce on it, and I'm ready to go. Now folks, the quantities of everything that I used here, I started with about 2 pounds of ground beef. It doesn't matter what cut you use. You can use chuck, sirloin, whatever. The chuck lends a little better flavor, I think. This time I was using sirloin because that's just what I had on hand, so that's what I ground. On your tomatoes, you're going to be using about 30 ounces of tomatoes in their own juice. And on the tomato paste, anywhere from 5 to 6 ounces of tomato paste is going to work fine for this. 1 cup of cream, that's heavy cream. You can use milk if you want, but I like the flavor of the heavy cream and the richness it gives to the dish. On our vegetables, we used about 1 cup each of diced onion, diced carrot, and diced celery. Our garlic, that's 4 cloves, about 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg if you use it, 1 to 1 1/2 teaspoons of oregano. And on the wine, the amount of wine you're going to use on this is going to be somewhere around 1.5 cups to 2 cups, just depending on your taste in it. And when it all is put together, folks, you're going to find that you have the most magnificent tasting recipe. Now let's take another look at that. Oh, and it's time to enjoy. Now one of the things I like when I'm doing any kind of a pasta dish like this, I like a little bit of extra cheese on the side. That's some Parmesan cheese right there, folks. Beautiful, yummy. Now let's get some. Now if you'd like, you see some chefs, they twirl it. If you want to do that, you can do that with your tongs. I don't really think that that's such a thing. And I'll say this, something I really enjoy when it comes to pasta. Some chefs, they like to take their pasta and toss it with the sauce. Well, that's okay if you like that. That's all right. It's not going to hurt anything. But I really just like naked pasta on a plate and then put my sauce off in the center there, top it with some cheese, and it's a beautiful plating at the same time. as I was saying, it works out beautiful, doesn't it? There we have it. Once you have it like that, what the heck, a little cheese over the top of it? Sounds like a good idea. Well, there it is, folks. It's a beautiful Bolognese meat sauce. I'll tell you what, look at this. If you're wanting a fabulous Italian sauce, one that really stands out. Oh, that is delicious. Guys, I'm looking forward to eating this plate. A sauce like that, it just stands out. The extra time you put in this, those wonderful ingredients, they're all worth the time. Definitely try this one out. Thank you very much for watching. If you would, please take a look at the channel. A lot of wonderful stuff there. To my subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Got wonderful recipes. We have hundreds of episodes on here. You're going to find something good to cook, all right? Thank you for watching, and folks, please have a good day, okay? Bye-bye. Well, there it was, folks. Another beautiful recipe. Hey, if you didn't get everything that you needed out of this video, please check out the next episode. That's a full-on tutorial for the same recipe. Folks, thank you very much for watching, and you have a good day. By the way, I'm here at, I think they're now calling this Turtle Creek Park. It used to be Lee Park. Not sure. Beautiful location, wonderful fountain, great place in the heart of Dallas.